Hey, what's up, everyone? Warrior Croson here, and today we're going to be doing a throwing mechanics breakdown on Caleb Williams. This is from this past weekend, and some of the things that he does really well, some of the things that he can work on, and some of the things you can do to improve your own throwing or apply to your own throwing. So we'll go ahead and hop right into the video here. The big thing about watching this game from last week is they kept everything pretty simple. When you watch Caleb Williams throws, what really stands out to me is he has a pretty wide base. I would say this is a little bit wider than what we typically see. He's already kind of synced down a little bit here. We can see he comes back, kind of sinks in, has a little bit of a wide base, waiting for his guy to get open. And then from there, he really gets that push off of that back leg and gets that front foot down and then creates a lot of rotation from that position. And I think that it's important to be able to really understand that from here, he's doing a really good job of being able to get the separation of the elbow, getting the elbow away from the spine, right? Going backwards there. And then immediately he's just driving the elbow in front, getting the ball out in front. Okay, so I think that it's important to see how much distance the elbow and the hand are traveling in a very quick period of time before the ball leaves his hand, right? So he's all the way back here, wrist comes through, elbow comes through very efficiently, and then he extends all the way out in front because obviously it's important what we're doing within the lower half, and within the torso, but he really doesn't do a lot. He's really more stable in the lower half, right? Gets that foot down and then gets a lot of rotation in the front shoulder, and that allows him to get the elbow through, get the ball through, but the range that he goes through and the amount of distance that he covers with the hand, with the elbow in such a short period of time, I think is something to really be able to try to implement into your own throwing to be able to increase your own throwing velocity and also obviously get the ball out of your hands faster. Let's take a look real quick at 86.75 for his release, and then he's getting at the ball out about 05, so that's about 0.30, which is pretty typical. I'd like to do this just so then you guys could see just time and time again that this is what we're seeing when it comes to the release time. 0.3 is pretty much average. We had Jane Daniels that was at 0.27. We had Kirk Cousins that was a little bit closer to 0.33, maybe 0.34, but still it's close to about right the average of those two, and what Caleb Williams just got is 0.3. So that's typically what we're seeing is closer to 0.3. And from the back view, I think we get a little bit better view of what we're talking about in terms of just how stable he is with that front leg. Notice he's here, gets that front foot down. And I know a lot of people talk about the hip and shoulder separation. He definitely has rotated within the hips already and has the front shoulders facing straight ahead. So there's a slight degree of hip and shoulder separation, but it's not a ton. What's bigger is as he's going through, notice how there's very little motion and movement happening within the hips. It's a lot of rotation within the upper body and a lot of elbow drive and the wrist coming through, and then a strong wrist flick as the ball is coming out of the hands. I think, again, that's something that could really stand out and you could apply to your own throwing and make a big difference in terms of not only how much time it takes for you to get the ball out of your hands, but also how effective and efficient you are with the throw. Here we can see he does do a good job of pushing off that back leg to start the process, right? So you can see it's a rotation in that back foot to get the momentum going forward, but then he's very stable within that front foot. He gets that front heel down, front foot down, right? He's not landing with the heel, he's landing with the ball of the foot, but he's very stable in that front leg as he continues to get that rotation, and then the ball is getting out in front as he's releasing there. Not everybody's going to be able to throw this way with a lot of success, but I do think being able to understand getting that front foot down, creating that rotation within that spine within the upper body, and then releasing with the ball out in front of you are three important indicators for your own success, right? Again, getting that front foot down, right? Being nice and stable there, and then being able to maintain the strength within that front leg as you're creating that rotation in the upper body and releasing with the ball out in front of you, the elbow out in front of you, creating that extension in front of the body, not when the ball is back here. I see a lot of people that are releasing with the ball a little bit more in this area as opposed to out in front of you, and I think that impacts the amount of power that you're able to get and also the consistency of the throw. So this should make a lot of sense to you guys. Hopefully, being able to see it visually really makes a big difference. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and leave those down below. Check out Quarterback University. Check out some of the things that we do to help you guys in improving your throwing motion. If you have questions, again, you can reach out to me, like, and subscribe. Let me know if you guys have any video recommendations that you think I should do. We'll continue to be making videos just like this one, and we'll talk to you soon.